Hello everybody, I'm Rude. Welcome back to more of the Edain 4.3. Now today, we're doing something pretty damn special. And that is actually we're checking out the new Rohan Outpost, which I have to say was a lot more requested than I originally had anticipated. But apparently people are quite excited. I know people were actually calling for this. And that was because... We're gonna get all these because we're pretty. And I guess because it's a little underwhelming when a faction only has one outpost. So they got a new outpost. They also got a couple of other changes, and this new outpost
does not fail.
Exactly, a brandy buck does not fail, except for that 18 times they failed. And apparently Wormtongue's it too. Now we're just waiting on Gambling. There he is. One of the changes is actually Gambling's his ability to summon a peasant out of thin air, because sorry, I need to clear my throat. His ability to summon peasants out of thin air because he's magic like that is actually gone to level 2, but that's really not a big deal. That's really not a big deal. I mean, to clear one layer, you should be fine. You should be fine. So the new outpost they got, it's actually quite cheap. I'm not going to fully explain what it is. It'd be better to actually build it and then explain what it is. But it actually does bring some significant buffs. We're actually playing on the Angmar map, because I think if you're playing as a faction that uses cavalry, yeah, no, come on, just use the faction that just put it on the smallest map, because yeah, we'll make it difficult for ourselves. All right, peasant, you need to go over there and cap that. Oh, the enemy's here already. Okay, Paladin, you go get him. You're 89 years old. Alright, we'll just make a stud farm here. We don't need to make another flour mill. Oh, what the hell is a random spider there, you bastard? Okay, I just realized we didn't build these towers. That's probably should have been the first thing I did. Okay. Right, go over there and attack. Alright, has this been upgraded? It has. There we go. There we go. And that's still being upgraded. You know what? We'll get another one. Why not? Okay, so Gambling's almost level 2. If we had actually probably synchronized it a bit better, we probably would have him level 2 from that spider layer, or whatever. Alright, go on. Kill stuff, kill stuff, kill stuff. Slash things. Actually, we should probably use the Banishment of the King, or whatever it's called, to give Gambling a little attack boost. We just have to make sure that we don't let him die, otherwise, well, we won't be able to revive him until we cure Theoden. Alright, there we go. Once this is upgraded, we'll put the cruel taxes on it, and that should be really awesome. You want to upgrade your flour mills before you start making peasants, because they'll actually be made a hell of a lot quicker, and then you'll be already getting the added bonus of the fact that you've got more resources and pantry and whatnot. So it's actually better to do that. I think you should be able, with the heroes that you make and with these towers, you should be able to hold off against any early charge. But anyway, as I was saying, the new outpost they get actually gives them quite significant buffs, and I'll explain that as we show it, and you'll probably see for yourself, or be able to see for yourself, just how significant these buffs are. Get ready! And actually, he's level 2 now, so thin air! There we go, level 2 as well. How beautiful that the level 2, they get their own little formation. Okay, is this upgraded yet? Oh, almost. You know what, we'll just do it now. Actually, no, I'll wait, because you don't want to be impatient now, lads. This is a thing, okay. So I'm just kind of hotkeying all these buildings, I'm sorry. Alright, just Gambling, tell me when you're on low health, because you have received the Banishment of the King. We don't want you to die. Alright. Let's just spam out the weaker ones, because we're funny like that. Okay, there we go. Out of money, but we should have lots of peasants on the way. We're up against Angmar, because it's always fun fighting Angmar. And they love to use their... They love to spam these fucking obelisks, which are a bit of an eyesore, but more notably is that they're fucking annoying in the sense that they debuff you quite well. King Theoden awaits you, my lord. Alright, is retreat global range? I think it is global range, so even if we're in trouble, we can always use Theoden's retreat to make us invulnerable. There we go.
We will win this day.
We will win this day. Alright, so we should have lots of peasants being made now. I think we'll get another stud farm for when we do get the Rohirrim out. We like to get a nice discounted. Alright, they'll just die, so we might as well just push forward and kill this. Alright, Mary, calm down. You don't need to get so aggressive in your old age. I'm 19. Oh. I always thought it was weird that hobbits... Holy shit, we make these things quickly when it's fully upgraded, don't we? Holy crap. Anyway, I always thought it was weird that hobbits could live so long. Like, for such a small creature, you'd think that they're... Like, I'm applying science to this, but you'd think their metabolic rate would allow them to die faster, but... I guess dwarves live as long as hobbits, don't they? Or actually, they live a bit longer than hobbits. Actually, a lot longer. But anyway, I always thought it was strange that they lived so long. But anyway. Fuck you, White Lair. You'll siphon our health, but who cares? I always love the eagerness of the fool is the picture of Merry, like his whole face is kind of covered in soot from when they put a firework inside a tent. That was funny. Anyway, fully upgrading your farms and just being really aggro with your peasants is always a fun strategy to do. And it's actually really hard to counter, especially since they're actually more dependable in my eyes than orcs. But I guess orcs can get those little fat overseers. Anyway. Also, if you build flour mills at, you know, forward observation points, like they actually give your peasants a really nice armor bonus, which is nice. All right, we're making these things stupidly fast now. Like, oh my goodness, this is why you want to go for a pantry upgrade. We should probably get an unlock. There we go. Courage, Mary, courage. So we're actually pushing pretty hard. Fortunately, the new Outpost is actually dead cheap, so even though we don't have many resources at the moment, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, gambling is your to the armory. Back it is. Gambling is actually really irritating early game. He's only 1,000, but he's such an integral hero. Like, if they ever decided to increase his cost, that would be really annoying. But he's really integral, and he's also super irritating in the sense that at level 4 he can essentially get Horn of Gondor Rohan edition. He obviously saw Boromir, is like, fuck it, I'll do that too. And, yeah. Oh, Theoden, no, you stay there. What are you doing? Keep your spirits high. Alright. Did I set these guys to aggressive? Well, I did it as I said it. Anyway. Okay, so we should be able to get an outpost up here. And we can finally show this off. You should note that the assembly point, it now only heals enemies, or sorry, heals friendlies. So that'll be funny, heals enemies. I made this thing that you can heal at, but thank you. But the assembly point essentially allows you to heal out of combat. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, we have the outpost as usual, but now we have the Exile camp. So now we have something really interesting to build. Only 500 in the beginning.
With haste.
And it gives you a lot of really useful bonuses, and once it's built, then we can really show them off. Oh, your tax is back. We'll move you back. You have no power here, Gandalf the Grey. Weren't you the captain of the Titanic? Shh, shh, shh. We don't mention that here. You know, we have a lot of peasants. Why don't we just keep going? We have a level 6 Merry, who we could make the Squire of Rohan. Or as I like to call the Esquire of Rohan, because he likes that magazine. I don't know, I just made that up.
That's the enemy there.
Oh, holy fucking shit! Well, you made a... Okay, this is where we need to, this is where we really need to watch our heroes. Because Hwaldar will just gun for our guys. That werewolf died already. That was quick. That was super quick. We're gonna use the Horn of Helm Hammerhand. I think Hwaldar is going for gambling. That's precisely what I wanted to avoid, because I don't want gambling to die, but no Hillman is going to contend with the will of peasants. Anyway, so this is the lovely Exile camp. This is actually kind of cool. They got little tents, little guards. So just imagine this camp is what Eomer was doing when he was riding north. You can recruit Eomer from here. You can recruit a scout, which is actually free, and will roam around the battlefield for 60 seconds, and gives you pretty good vision, since it does ride on a horse. We're going to go with the assembly point there. But what's excellent about it is that you can upgrade it for a further 1,000, and you can recruit the captains of Rohan. This gives you Grimbold, this gives you Elfhelm, and it gives you the other guy, I can't remember his name. But what's really good is that you can recruit exiles, 360... And actually, it says they cost 90 command points. I thought they did. I didn't think they cost command points. Well, apparently they do. But anyway, what's really great is that you saw the build timer there. That is ridiculous build speed. So really quickly, you can get 3 battalions. You can only make 3 of these, but really quickly, you can make 3 battalions or a Hiram. And if you wanted to make Eomer on top of that, then they'd have a hero to lead them. And you could essentially just you know, just like plunder the enemy's resources at your leisure. And these things are regular Rohirrim. They get the formations. They're able to get the horse shields. They're able to get mana carriers and all that stuff. Have we made this? Okay, we have. Arm assembly point. Equips the assembly point with an archer shooting at enemies. I'm not... Okay. I didn't know that was there. I honestly didn't know that was there. Oh, shit. I think it's time for lunch. We'll do everything we can. You know what? We're just going to stay on the Horn of Rohan. Why not? Okay. We have so many effing peasants. What did I do? Holy shit. Okay, more cruel taxes. Nope, they're still on cooldown. Alright, we're gonna get the other upgrade on the pantry. Because, we're gonna get the second pantry upgrade because, I mean, peasants have just consumed all of our command points. Okay, and we'll just get the upgrade so we can make the Captains of Rohan. Captains of Rohan are really good because you can make some really awesome... They're essentially like mini-heroes. In the sense that when you actually select their unit, they all get a really nice buff. Or they get a really nice ability that you can use. I'm sure everyone knows Grimbalds. But yeah, this camp actually provides... It's integral in the sense that this is the only way you can make the Captains of Rohan now. But see, given how quickly you can make these exiles, it's actually a pretty prominent buff. So you can essentially just spam out peasants and then harass them with these Rohirrim that you got for really, well, just really cheap and really quickly. They're really easy to build. Fortunately, these peasants are about as thick as 2 stones, so... Okay, here we go. Yeah, just hit that Hillman camp, I'm sure they won't mind. In fact, we have Rohirrim, why don't we just charge through the lines and do that? Let's do that. That sounded like a good idea. Rohirrim! I don't see any spearmen, let's switch to the offensive stance. Let's just heal anyone there. Cruel taxes still haven't come into effect. We're not making any more peasants, we don't need to at this point, it's just absolutely clumped on Umbar. But just look how many we can build, and if we were losing them, just think about how many we could be building. And we still have quite a few in reserve. Anyway, the Exiles of Rohan are here. And we need more command points. I'm actually annoyed. I think I made one too many peasants. Come on, just trample through. Oh man, you know you've made too many peasants when, I mean, you've almost hit 1,000 points, 1,000 command points worth of peasants. Oh man. Okay, so this should be upgraded soon. We can actually make the scout while it's doing that, which is nice. And you know what, we're going to send him here to the bottom, and we're going to see what he's built. Alright, so this assembly point is armed with a Yeoman Archer now. And it should heal enemies, or... Why would it heal enemies, Ross? You fix your brain! It's going to heal friendlies that are out of combat and nearby. And these mighty exiles that we got for freaking nothing, they're just going to stand there. Alright, anyway, we should probably get an armory... we could build a stables. We're not going to do one yet. We're going to get a stud farm. And I guess we'll recruit Theodred because his sentry tower is really useful. And a big annoyance to the enemy. Okay, there. All you peasants heal up. That's still upgrading. Come on. Riders of the Mark. Where did that scout go? Did he actually make it? Oh, he did. Very nice. He can't attack things, but he gives you really nice vision. Maybe he's supposed to be carrying a banner. I'm not really sure. But, whatever. Okay, so once we've upgraded it, we can get this Rohan captain, who looks somewhat generic, but is actually kind of cool. We can get Grimbold, as you know. Erkenbrand! How did I forget Erkenbrand? Oh my goodness. Alright, and we can actually recruit heroes from here, so it's almost like a... It's like a really cool mini outpost in that regard.
This isn't as hard as I thought!
Fine, we'll give you the Squire of Rohan. We've got Gamling, who we won't use to the armory, because we don't need any more peasants. Thank you! To whatever end. I see why people like Rohan, they're freaking cool. Alright, we still have 2 more build spots, so I guess we could build a stables, but I don't actually want to build one yet. I want to get heroes! Heroes before cavalry! Even though without a stables, our heroes shouldn't be able to mount. Nope. Gambling can't mount. Alright, so our first captain is here. As you can see, this is a pretty decent buff. And mainly it's because of how quickly you can get these Rohirrim off the field. So you can focus on peasants at your main base and then use this for Rohirrim. Even though you can only make 3, that's still enough to harass the enemy in my eyes. Anyway, so from these captains you can make swordsmen, pikes, or cavalry. We're going to go with cavalry because we're playing as Rohan. And what does he get? The Knights of Medicel gain plus 50% armor against all melee units except spears. Okay. So we can just form these up with our other exiles. Well, I guess we could just make Theodred from here. 1500 didn't used to be 1300. What the hell? Anyway, whatever. So we could, if we want, make Grimbold. I mean, why wouldn't we? I mean, he's Russell Crowe from Gladiator. Of course we are. Okay. It's around this time that Angmar should... You know what? Let's send a scout into his base, because we can do that. Who needs vision when we have a badass on a horse named Yokel McYokibutts? Wherever he's spawned. There he is. Alright. By this time they should... Yeah, they've got a forge, and I know Angmar AI loves to build siege pretty early on. Okay. The main point of this video was to show off the outpost, and I think I've done that. But the next part of this video is to kill them enough so that we can get the alliance between elves and men. Screw you 3 hunters. We're getting Haldir. We will get Haldir. I haven't made Haldir in this game in freaking ages.
Show some courage here.
Alright, so the scout, look at that vision range. That is insane vision range. Yep, they've made their trebuchet. Okay.
The answer to your question is yes.
We're going to not set up his sentry tower yet. We're going to make a stable so we can actually mount up some of these heroes. And I guess we'll just make another stud farm.
Now our people know you. Noble and common, they respect you.
Yes, apparently Theodred is William Wallace. What the hell? William Wallace actually accomplished things. What did Theodred accomplish? Apart from just... me. We can make more Rohan captains? Because we already have one, and yet it said we can make another one. Oh, okay. I didn't really know that. I'm not sure how official that is. You fight for me, you fight for Scotland. I mean, Rohan land. Alright, they've made siege. Our peasants are going to bear the brunt of it, because we should actually just heal anything that they send. Nope, he's hitting the tower.
We must take the fight to them.
Yeah, good old cruel taxes.
We must defend our troops.
The step of Rohan! For Theolingus!
You fight for me.
Da-da-da-da!
The answer to your question is yes.
Alright, we've got Russell Crowe on the field now. Oh my goodness! They're getting wrecked by these hillmen! No, send in the peasants! What's really great when you make these captains is that they actually immediately spawn level 5. They're not fully upgraded, but they're level 5, which makes quite a bit of difference. Alright, we're gonna send in half the garrison. Because if we just clump up against siege... Gee, that's a lot of pikes. That's a lot of pikes. Let's make some more. Shit, I think we lost a battalion in that. Oh god, that was a terrible charge on my end. A terrible charge. I mean, I know it was only 1 battalion of pikes. We had about 4 battalions of freaking cavalry there. I was very surprised, actually, how badly that turned out. We'll follow you to whatever end. Whatever end. Alright, so we're making Elfhelm. No.
Do not be troubled.
I don't know about that. I think the weight of numbers might have been in their favor. But they do move silently like creatures of the forest. That's only a skill if you stay as a man.
We will win this day.
Alright. Do we send in the rest of the regiment? I think we do. Alright, here we go. We will use peasants as a shield.
Do not be troubled.
Okay. Maybe we should get heavy armor for our next charge.
I don't know about
I would like to get Eomer, since he can give me resources, but can't have everything our own way. Has this captain been made yet? Oh, almost.
Ready to ride.
Ready to rock. I mean, ride. I mean, whatever. Alright, once he's done, and these peasants are still holding the line, because holy fuck, they are holding the line. Holy shit. These peasants are just too numerous. That's amazing. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Liberty by law. And those peasants just kind of wrecked everything. We could actually end this right now, and in fact, I think that's what we're going to do right now. We just need to kill this freaking spearman, and our cavalry can go in. Alright, maybe if we're able to circle round.
Us hobbits must stick together.
Come on, Spearman. You're not really standing anywhere. Actually, pro tip, if you're playing Rohan, you're up against... actually, if you've got a hero that has a single target ability, so in Rohan's case, if you're using AoE, Spear Throw, or whatever, just target the Throw Master, and the whole battalion will go down. And it just really saves your time.
Do not be troubled.
Alright. We're just going to wreck his siege. Strength and honor.
I think I have a knack for this.
Alright, peasants, you're gonna charge in. It's gonna get super clusterfucky. Alright, now just watch. I made a note earlier in one of my other Angmar videos that the Angmar Citadel goes down really quickly. And we're gonna show you just how much. That is crazy on a Citadel. Did we use the Horn of Rohan? We did. That is quite significant. Don't you think that's pretty significant? That's a fortress almost down from 4 or 5 battalions of Rohirrim. I mean, some are level 5, granted, but it's not as if they got forged blades or anything. Grimbolt, take your company right. And there we go. Once we take down this Iron Forge, we're actually pretty good. We are pretty good. And they're just remaking their hill tent. Alright, now, actually, let's take down...
A hobbit is deadly when provoked.
Let's take down the Citadel and the Iron Forge. I don't want to end this just yet. Because I want to get the upgraded Rohirrim. Because apparently the models of the Rohirrim changed. Oh shit, we should have got a Yeoman camp. Here, we'll get rid of you so we can get fire arrows. Just because Rohirrim marches with fire arrows should look cool. Alright. Oh my goodness, destroy that, destroy it. Is that are those spearmen? Yeah, they are. Alright, destroy that, and then we can get the fuck out of here. Alright, Rohirrim.
So just fight for the cause. It's yours.
We better do something.
And then peasants, you can go in there.
Every villager able to wield a sword has been sent to the armory.
Alright, we have enough money. We can recruit. Eomer. Not our scout, damn it, wrong button. And we can get Erkenbrand if we really want. And you know what, fine, we'll get him too. So, this is actually a huge powerhouse of an outpost. And may I say, it's actually quite pretty.
The archery range is ready.
Like, it's called an exile camp. This is kind of what you pictured. You got the captain's tent, you got a bunch of mini tents, and you got some horses, you know, eating hay or whatever.
Get ready.
Holy fucking shit. Alright, let's destroy his resources. I love how these peasants, like, we've lost a couple hundred command points worth of peasants, granted. But given that we haven't made a peasant in, I don't know how long, I think it's pretty good, don't you? Okay.
They do move silently like creatures of the forest.
Strike them down! Why Carl Urban never wanted the voice in this game, I'll never know.
Time for lunch.
Alright.
Reach your poachers. Come and feed.
So once this is gone, we can just destroy that.
Countrymen, let us hunt some orc.
Does take a while to make these captains, but the exiles is what you can make. Oh, now they're called Royal Vanguard? Do they have a different... We'll have to see. Their name has changed. I don't know how significant that is.
The Master of Westfall.
I'm too clever for them.
The Master of Westfall, that's your
They
service.
appear very unfriendly.
Dun dun. Have we made any cavalry? It's on the way.
Do not be troubled. Got him now.
I love how we just sort of ran in there, just wrecked everything that left.
Steady on.
And I love how these peasants aren't dying. Oh, you gotta love peasants, they're amazing. They really are. A darkness covers our land. So the scout actually cools down pretty quickly. And overall, I think you guys can see just how useful this would be in an actual competitive battle. Alright, so apparently they received some upgrades.
The enemy has settled here already.
They don't look that different to me. They look a little lightly armored. Maybe we'll give them the armor and we'll see what comes of it.
So just fight for the cause. It's yours.
We should probably have made that someone else.
I don't know about that. I think the weight of numbers might have been in their favor.
Evil days.
When the hell did we get Forged Blades? Okay. Thanks, Erkenbrand.
What is your bidding?
We must take the fight to them. We will win this day.
Alright, you guys can go and heal up.
They'll just fight for
We are 1 point away from getting the mighty Haldir, who will who will change our fortunes in this war.
might have been in their favor.
The hell is that? That's just the
Do
Thrall
move
Master.
silently like creatures of the
I
forest.
might be small, but I'm
That's only a
tough.
skill if you stay as a man.
This is your end. Keep your spirits high.
So now we've got a second Rohirrim army.
At your service.
We must defend.
So these are, I mean, they're called Royal Vanguard now, and they're glowing. Why the fuck are they glowing? They must be getting some nice
The answer
boost
to your
from
question is yes.
someone around here.
Let us hunt some orcs. Ready for battle.
I'm not really sure,
We must take the fight to them.
but what I am sure of
Evil
is our Rohirrim are never going to die now. Oh, we're just too good. Oh man.
I'm too clever for them.
I like this new outpost. I agree with it. I agree with it 100%. Cruel taxes again? That's pretty much all we use you for. If I go. I thought it pretty cool with the heavy armor, actually. They're all clad in chainmail and whatnot.
Gather your weapons.
These are the new ones.
This isn't as
Alright.
hard as I thought.
We are 1 point away. I don't think... They've only got one building. Damn it. We are 1 point away from getting Haldir, and that's why I wanted to do this.
Not me.
I guess the only real conundrum with this update is that this assembly point... I guess it is really useful to have a point where you can just heal up on the battlefield. Especially if you just charge recklessly into spearmen like I did earlier. It is sort of like a nice little backup plan. It's like, oh shit, I made a mistake. Where can I make amends? Oh, I'll just heal up here. It's pretty useful, I'd say. We just got random peasant just, you know, being against a thing. Being against some random Black Numenorian's house or whatever. We can keep making this. Holy shit, how many captains of Rohan are there? Yep, it's pretty costly because he's 300 and then the cavalry themselves are around 600. So it's by no means OP. But if you get into a point, especially with cruel taxes, where you're pretty... What the fuck? You're not... If that's a doom ship and you blow up on the coast and just wreck all these things, I'm not moving because you shouldn't blow up. I remember when I was playing regular BFME2, a mortal doom ship actually came up to the coast and blew up and took out half my army. In fact, all of my army. I just refuse to believe it. It was bullshit. But anyway, let's finish it off. I don't think we're gonna get Haldir. So that was the new outpost. That was what everyone wanted to see. It's actually pretty useful. And as I was saying before, that mortal doom ship rudely interrupted me. It can be a little expensive, but it's a late game when you're more financially safe, I guess. Or financially strong, I should say.
We better do something.
You can actually end up spamming out a lot of these captains.
Ready for battle.
And they'll
At your service.
really make it easy for you. Oh, we can spawn some more Rohirrim, but we're inside the base. Alright, here's the step of Rohan. And there's a nice heal for you. One more building. Wow, we must have just wrecked him because he didn't make anything else. He must literally have been out of money. Literally out of money.
I have a knack for this.
And apparently we found Gollum. So those are the updates to Rohan. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Once this building goes down,
I think it's time for lunch.
should be end of the game. Unless he's got like some hidden fleet / fortress somewhere. But I doubt it. I think Rohan, once they have all their heroes together, since they all can be mounted and all just charging together, they are definitely a force to be reckoned with. They are amazing. And as you saw, the peasant spam is definitely real with this one. Anyway, I'm Rude Devil. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.